Assalamu alaikum. How are you, dear friends? My name is Abdul Khalik. There are enough number of gadgets available today to make the life of the human easier and more like a fun. Indeed, there is a lot of technological development which has brought us here at this point that we have very little to do with our bodies. Everything else is being done by any of the technologically developed gadget. Apparently, the life has become very much easier, but psychologically, it's not as easy. Maybe it is even more difficult or more complicated. Many of the troubles and the complications and the problems have just been created in the past few decades. One of these is lacking the self worth. Maybe the problem is there since the very beginning, but it is becoming more and more painful at the moment. There are reasonably good number of the people who are of the view who are lacking the self confidence and who are actually very much dissatisfied with their self worth. Today we are going to take this thing as an issue, and we are going to present some of the solutions, some of the things, some of the tips which could be of great help, which could be of great help indeed to remove those complications and somehow to prove that we too are worthy of every respect and we too are the self confident people. There are certain solutions which are being presented in our today's talk. The first one is challenge your negative thoughts. Challenge your negative thoughts. There are enough number of, there are a good number of negative thoughts which keep coming to our mind repeatedly. And these negative thoughts, which are actually disempowering to us, we need to counter. We need to weaken those negative thoughts. Rather, we need to get rid of these negative thoughts. Indeed, it is really, really bad. And these negative thoughts are bad, which are nagging. We need to get rid of these. Number two, look at what doesn't determine your worth and look at what does. We need to differentiate, we need to separate, we need to bifurcate the things which does determine our self worth and which does not. We should be keeping these in the two pots and keep distancing ourselves from the things which does not determine our self worth at all and keep getting closer to, strongly associated with the thing which does determine our self worth. Number three, prove yourself worthy of unconditional love, respect, and positive regard. Yes, unconditional love, respect, and positive regard. That is what we deserve and deserve absolutely. Unconditional. I think that all our loved ones and even the other people too. But since here we are talking about our own self worth, For that reason, I think that indeed I, you, and others deserve an unconditional love, respect, and self positive regard. Number four, do the things you are good at and enjoy. Indeed, we are not good at everything else. Nobody is good at everything else. But definitely, we are good at certain things and in several things. We need to do those things repeatedly and we need to enjoy. We need to be confident. These things will definitely build our self-worth, will build our self-confidence. The things we are good at, we need to do all these things. Set achievable goals. Number 5. Setting of achievable goals. There are goals we have set, the targets we have fixed. We are wishing to have that, but years and years and years have gone. But we have not yet succeeded in doing all that, dear friends. That is indeed a very bad situation because it does not allow us to become a confident person to develop self worth. If at all we have fixed and planned the achievable goals, which can be achieved with some of the effort, it will definitely boost our self confidence and our self worth as well. So, set achievable goals. Number 6, get moving. Get moving. We need to get moving. We need to keep ourselves physically active. We need to keep ourselves physically active, and that is very important. That is very important indeed. Keeping ourselves physically active, exercising, walking, doing this and doing that, physically active. Physical activity gives us a lot. It actually plays a very important role in keeping ourselves physically healthy, not only physically healthy, rather psychologically healthy as well. So I think that we need to get moving. We need to keep ourselves physically active. Number 7, engage in mindfulness and meditation practices. Engage in mindfulness and meditation practices. What is this, by the way? We people have a lot to repent. We people keep regretting and repenting as far our previous life is concerned. I think that is absolutely wrong. What we need to do is that we should simply learn whatever we can and then just leave it. As for the future is concerned, most of us are having a kind of trouble, fearful about our future. I think that we need to plan well, and then what is needed, we need to focus in the moment. We need to focus on our today. We need to live in the present. We need to live in the present. We need to focus on the this moment. That is very important, because if at all we are not focused upon this moment, I think we are going to do something very bad with we ourselves. In that context, we will be living in the past and regretting and repenting. We will be living in the future and we will be very much fearful. To be able to avoid both of these, I think that we need to live in the moment. Living in the moment, I think it protects us from many of the anxieties and the troubles. And the mean, if at all we are focused upon our today will become a good one. And if at all the today is a good one, our previous life, our past will automatically will become a good one. Why? Because it take a second to make the present into the past, and it take an hour, it take a day, and then it will become the past. So for that reason, I believe that we need to focus upon our today. Instead of focusing upon our future, we need to focus upon our today. And meditation too. Meditation for some of the time, maybe some 15 minutes, maybe some 10 minutes, even the 10 minutes at a time. I think meditation makes us serene and calm, and it matters a lot really. I think that we should be doing the practice of meditation in on a regular basis. Every time we are free, I think that we should think about practicing the meditation at least for some of the time, because that is highly beneficial. Now the number 8 is surround yourself with positive people. Surrounding ourselves with the positive people instead of living with the negative people. I think this negativity that is quite contagious, and it is the osmosis, I think, which will destroy us. So for that reason, I think that we need to distance ourselves. We don't need to get closer to, we don't need to live closer to the negative people, because the negativity is contagious and it will make us a negative as well. And if at all unfortunately we have increased the negativity in our mind, what is going to happen? The life will become even more bad or worse, from bad to worse. So the last and the ninth point is cognitive behavior therapy, CBT. If at all of those measures which have been mentioned above, if at all you find that these does not suffice, what we need to do then in that context, I think that we need to seek the professional help, and the professional help will actually help us a lot in relieving the anxiety, the depression, and eating disorder, marital problems, and certain other things as well. I think it has been proven as one of the most, or maybe the most effective therapy, psychological treatment. So that is a very useful article. As far that is something, as far these nine tips are concerned, I think we need to know almost each one of us, because as for the lacking of self confidence is concerned, because as for the lacking of self worth is concerned, I think it is not only the problem of one man or few people, rather it is quite widespread, and we need to do something very serious about that instead of ignoring it. Because if at all we are living without a self-worth, and if at all we are living a life without a self-confidence, what is going to happen then? I think that it is going to be quite a painful life. It is not going to be a happy life at all. We will never be able to enjoy our life. Thank you.